Here's 3 reasons why the conditional relationships amongst Jehovah's Witnesses sting more than others. Hey guys, welcome back to Same OT. And in today's video, I want to talk about the conditional relationships amongst Jehovah's Witnesses and why they tend to sting or hurt more than others. Like being a conditional friend or being in a conditional relationship is not exclusive to Jehovah's Witnesses. So let me say that first off. But those relationships tend to sting more, especially when you watch other videos or my personal experience, when you decide to wake up, walk away, fade, leave, whatever the case may be. And so here's my 3 reasons why I think it tends to sting and hurt a little bit more than other relationships. So number 1, love bombing. If you were born in, you've been being love bombed and poured into since you got here, right? Since the time you were 3 and you raised your little hand and grabbed the mic and gave your watchtower question answer, Jehovah God, right? People have been love bombing on you, pouring into you from the very beginning. In my case, I came in as an adult and they did the same thing to me. And so with every meeting attendance, with every comment, with every, lengthening of your skirt, or for guys at the time, going from a beard to a goatee to just a mustache, you were constantly love bombed and praised for that, right? So you've been taking that in. And then something happens, whether it's learning certain doctrines are not true, or finding out just any of the number of things that cause you to wake up and decide that this is not the religion you want to practice anymore. That love bombing goes away. You on Thursday could have been at the meeting, giving a comment. Friday, you had a revelation, decide you no longer want to be a part of it. Saturday, you are no longer loved. Like, it could be that quick. So when you think about that circumstance, being love bombed, being poured into, right? Think of a glass and people constantly pouring into you. And then all of a sudden, when you no longer want to practice this religion, they dump that cup on out. There's no more love for you. There's no more, appreciation for you or what have you. And so that can sting, because what you have to deal with in that moment is that they loved what you represented, which was being a Jehovah's Witness. They really didn't love you for who you are. And that's my humble opinion. And the reason I say that, for example, I would say I had 5, maybe 6 real friends, what I consider real friends, meaning we did things outside of the hall, outside of service, dinners, movies, hanging out, concerts, talking on the phone. Out of those 5 people, I left. I didn't get this fellowship. I didn't submit a letter. I just decided to move on with my life and stop attending. So I guess that would make me a fader. Only 2 of those people, we at least keep up with each other. And when we do talk on the phone, every third word is not about the hall, Jehovah, or anything like that. So in my opinion, they loved me for me. Yes, the thing that kept us in close communication, regular communication, was coming to the hall and things of that nature. I don't do that no more. So it would only make sense that we only see each other or talk to each other 3-4 times a year. In my opinion, those were real friends. So their love was genuine. It was not just because I was a JW, active JW or what have you. And so that can sting, especially when you think about people who were born in. Like, since you were a kid, you've seen these people and they patted you on the back and told you good job and this and that. And you are enlightened and you begin to think for yourself and just make an adult decision that this is not what I want to do. And it's gone. So that's reason number 1 why I think the conditional relationships amongst Jehovah's Witnesses can sting. Now let's get into number 2. Now, let me forewarn you. It is going to be some things that's probably going to disgust you. mentioning number two, but I'm like, you know what? It's time to call a thing a thing. So number two, in my opinion, why it's thing is that when you are the genuine person and you are trusting the other person, right? And when I say other person, I'm talking about, like I said, those friends that you really were friends with, not just your brothers and sisters in the congregation, people that you actually rocked with in and out of the kingdom hall, right? That knew some things that people at the hall didn't know about you, that seemed to accept you for whatever your flaws were and things like that, right? That is what I mean when I talk about friend. So number two is you develop a certain level of trust, right? This person probably knows a few more of your flaws or your shortcomings than everybody else at the hall, right? And vice versa. Same for you knowing theirs. So you tend to give each other the benefit of the doubt, right? So there's trust there. So then when like I said, you wake up or whatever your case may be, the reason it hurts or stings a little bit is because this is supposed to be your person, your friend. So let me tell you all a story. So if you watch my part 3 series about how I became a Jehovah Witness and how I woke up and things like that, then you may remember a person called Sister Sassy. Well, me and Sister Sassy were like this, like tight, right? And so I was always giving her the benefit of the doubt because I never came to her with anything, but she was always coming to me with something. And even with all that, I would always chalk it up because even when I would kind of give a little bit of pushback, then she'd hit me with the Bible over my head, or basically kind of put over my head, that she'd been in the truth longer. So like she, by default, she's supposed to know more kind of thing. But when people do dirty things to you that you trust, that you have given the benefit of the doubt, it can sting. So Sister Sassy, probably the most disgusting thing she had ever done to me was she accused me of somehow wanting her 14-year-old son. Now, mind you, I was a fully grown woman, a homeowner, a teacher. Like I had a whole lot going on for me. Not bad looking, in my opinion, and in the opinion of my daddy. Okay. So what do I want with your 14-year-old child that cannot even make a grilled cheese if his parents are not home? But this is what she did. And then proceeded to tell me that she didn't share this with anyone but Jehovah. But then I found out a couple of years later, she told a bunch of people. And thank goodness for those people that when she told them this, she said to them, they said to her, I think you might be wrong on this, sister. Like, I think you might be wrong. And so how she tried to spin it was, well, not so much you want him in real time, but like when he turned 18, because I see other sisters doing that. And I'm just like, what? Where did you get this from? That stung. It stung because it was just like, so what kind of person do you think I am? And mind you, I never was around her kids without her and her husband being there. And conversations was all of 30 seconds to a minute because they kids. Hey, Sister T. Hey. I was a middle school teacher. I might have knew some of the lingo that they might have heard in school, or the dance, or the song. That's it. That stung because take the JW away. What kind of woman you think I am? Because clearly, we something ain't. I don't know. Like it ain't clicking. Because nothing about me gave those vibes. I don't care what other older sisters do. That ain't me. And at this time, I had to be. It was before my father passed. I had to be maybe 33, 34. Like, girl, I was in my prime. I had it going on. So, but back to the video. I know right now you probably got this face. I'm gonna put an emoji right here because it's like, yeah. But believe it or not, I low key gave her the benefit of the doubt. But I did start to pull away from her with that because I was like, that was it. Because it was just like, you're dangerous. You're a dangerous person. And so I need to pull up from away from you because you'll make me probably lose my job, lose my freedom. Because, like, come on now. So when you trust these people, you give them the benefit of the doubt, you think you're on equal playing field, and when you find out that you're not, and that the only reason they rock with you, it wasn't because of who you are. It's not because of who you are. It's because you're a JW, right? It's because you're a JW. Every dirty thing that Sister Sassy did to me, she always would hang that JW or a flag over my head. That she could be as nasty and terrible to me, but I'm supposed to forgive her and put up with it because I'm a JW now. So it can sting when you think you trust this person and you've given them the benefit of the doubt. Number 3, you've been taught to basically socially isolate yourself to just the friends, right? So for those who hold on to that and really take hold to it, and they wake up or just decide they no longer want to be a part of this religion, it stings because your whole social, atmosphere, ecosystem, whatever you want to call it, is this group of people. And you know that your thinking now is not going to align with what they think and view. So when you have that situation where you have basically been exclusive to limiting your friends and your association to just this group of people, and now you can no longer stomach being around this group of people, going to the hall and doing all the activities, it could sting, it could hurt, and it can be very lonely. That's why people like myself, who didn't just get rid of all my worldly friends or family, people who you will hear them share their story and say, even though I wasn't supposed to really, hang out with these people at school or at work, I would a little bit, like they would dip their toe in. Those people seem to adjust better. But the ones who like, no, I'm doing it like they say I'm supposed to do, they struggle. And that conditional relationship that they thought wasn't going to apply to them, because one, they probably never thought they would wake up, it stings. It hurts. For those who have experienced this, I've experienced it. And, in at the time that it was happening, I felt a type of way. You're thinking to yourselves, how is this the case when you're supposed to be amongst God's people? And then, you find yourself, on the short end of the stick. It happens, and especially when you are, in the early stages of waking up, not really having a clear path or just whatever the case may be. It stings, it hurts, and that is normal. What that indicates to me is that you were the real person. You were the one genuinely vibing with this person or who they were on the inside. Their good and bad traits, not solely because they were Jehovah's Witness. Because in my opinion, when I listen to people's videos or speak to people who are ex-JWs, they don't have the problem. The only thing that they're asking is, hey, yes, we can go to lunch. Yes, we can do this, we can do that. I just ask that you don't try to preach to me, trying to convince me to come back. I personally don't have a problem. Now, Sister Sassy and a couple other people, if they woke up today and called and wanted to extend an apology, I would accept their apology. But would I rock with them? Absolutely not. Because the things that you did to me, were not JW principles. It's who you were on the inside. So no, I wouldn't be their friend again or anything like that. But it's not because the JW piece is because you a pretty nasty person and you do nasty work. so so no, I don't want to be friends with someone like that. But my words of encouragement is, yes, it will sting. Yes, it will hurt. Yes, it will blow your mind, but it'll be okay. Tap in with, if you have people who are waking up to that, in your real life, get through it together, right? Get over the hurt and the sting together. If you don't have that, for me, coming onto YouTube, starting this channel, I've connected with other XJWs, and you would think that we talk on the phone every day. It's like, no, it's just that sense of community and understanding, through video. Have I talked to some people on the phone? Yes. And in the DMs, yes. And that's good too, or on the lives. You can find new friends, true friends. Now, at this point, I think you probably have a pretty high level of discernment because of what you've been through. So, when you are picking, new friends to associate with and things like that, your radars are going to be up, So that's one positive from, this being hurt, because, you realize that, oh, this was a conditional relationship, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be establishing the memberships here on the channel, so that those XJWs who don't have someone that they feel like they can talk to in real life about it, just trying to figure out all the emotions, there'll be a safe space for you to do so, in the membership, for the most part, exclusively for XJWs or people who are just coming out of any kind of high control situation and things like that, because I see the need is there for sure, and everybody is not comfortable putting all their wearing their heart on their sleeve, so to speak, in the comments, and so that's what I want to come here today. That's what was on my heart. Just looking at every week is new channels coming up where people are telling their story. Don't know if this is just going to be, their chance, their one set of videos, or if they're going to continue. We don't know, but so many people are sharing those conditional relationship, aha moments, and many of them are emotional. And obviously the ones with family, realizing that, but the ones with the people that, they like, man, we was doing dirt together as witnesses, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow, now you judging me, and we was out here in these streets, So this is just what was on my heart today. Those memberships will be coming. Work, be patient with me, y'all. It's my goal to get it up and figure it all out, at least by the end of this week. If you like this video, you like this type of content, be sure to go check out my XJW Stories playlist. Make sure you comment whether you agree, disagree. If you have a testimony about, a conditional relationship that you didn't think would go quite the way it did, leave it in the comments. Be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you are a real one, yeah, that's what we calling the subscribers over here at Same OT now, the real one tribe. Make sure that your button still says subscribe, because YouTube will unsubscribe you sometime thinking you are a bot. And, share this video if you think somebody could relate to it. So that's all I got for today, y'all. Take care. Peace. I'm out.